My makeup doesn't last. My makeup wears off halfway through the day. I have to spend hundreds of dollars on my makeup routine. Girl, I'm tired of hearing it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Yeah, I'm not quite sure who started the propaganda that you have to use high-end makeup in order for your makeup to look good, slay, and stay all day. But I've converted hundreds of thousands of you into drugstore makeup girlies, and I'm convinced to convert millions of you into drugstore makeup girlies. I did influence hundreds of thousands of you to go out and purchase these makeup products, and they are that good. Starting off with skin prep, I'm starting off with my Thayer's Hydrating Milky Toner. You can prep your skin using whatever hydrating milky toner or hydrating products you feel work best for you and your skin. But we want to start with a hydrated, glowy base. I always say that your skin should look like you could go ice skating on it before you put your makeup on. Next up is one of my favorite affordable serums. This is the Bioma Phytomucin Serum. When I tell you this is glass skin in a bottle, I'm not kidding. It literally makes your skin look like glass. Yeah, this is ice skating rink skin. I'm going in with the L'Oreal True Match. This is my absolute favorite drugstore foundation. It's actually my favorite foundation of all time. I'm in the shade C3. I'm gonna do 3 pumps to start with, but I'm probably gonna end up adding more. And I'm gonna put this on with the Morphe M107 brush. I'm using some Morphe makeup brushes in this video because I am obsessed with them. I'm going with my Pawpaw sponge from Shop Missy to really press this into the skin. Blend everything out. Look at this coverage. This is just a stunning foundation. I always avoid my under eye area whenever I'm applying my liquid foundation just because I want to make sure that we're not getting too cakey under our eyes. Now it's time to go in with our concealer. I'm using the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This is also one of my favorite products from the drugstore. It's so hydrating, but it has the most beautiful finish under the eyes. I'm using the shade Light 20. Now I'm going back in with my Pawpaw sponge to blend this in. And I'm just tapping to make sure that I blend everything in seamlessly. I like to take whatever's left over on my sponge and just tap that over the top of my eyelid just to go ahead and even that out and get that ready for eyeshadow. Okay, now it's time for cream bronzer. And of course, I'm using the Milani Cheek Kiss cream bronzer. You know me. You already know that we're using this. I'm in the shade Spilling Tea. I'm going to use the Morphe M243 brush for this. Let's start tapping that into the skin, blending as I go. Just tapping. We're not smearing. We're just gently tapping. Next up is cream or liquid blush, and I'm going to use this cream blush from Morphe in the shade Blind Date. I'm picking this up on a Morphe brush. This is the M204. I'm going to start tapping that into the cheek. That is such a cute shade. I'm obsessed. Okay, now that our cream products are all down, we're going to start layering our powder products, and I'm going to start with loose setting powder. This is the best loose setting powder at the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal Perfection in the shade Light Pink. Pick mine up on a powder puff, and I'm just going to start tapping that into the puff. And then I like to tap off the excess into the palm of my hand and just like really smush it into the puff. And then go in and set by tapping. I like to look up to make sure that I'm not getting any creases. And this is your daily reminder that everyone has creases under their eyes. It is totally normal to have creasing. I have creasing. That's just how your face moves. I also like to take my loose setting powder and set everywhere else that I used concealer. Also been obsessed with this Miracle Flawless powder from MCO Beauty. I like to set the rest of my face with a little bit of this as well. I'm using the translucent shade. This just makes my entire face look so blurred. Now I'm gonna pause on my base and start working on my eyes, and I'm gonna start with my brows first. This is the Extend Brows Clear Brow Gel from MCO Beauty. This is a dupe for the Kosas Brow Gel. I'm just fluffing them up just a little bit and kind of laying them in place. I'm also using the MCO Beauty Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Dark, another dupe for the Kosas Brow Pop Pencil. And I love it. Just lightly filling them in. Brows are so personal, so do what feels right for you and your brows. I also have been loving this brow pen from L'Oreal. I'm using the shade Brunette, and I'm just gonna give myself a few little hair strokes. And for eyeshadow day, we're using the new Morphe Naughty palette because look how stunning this is. We have to do a look with this. Also, I don't think I have any Morphe eyeshadow brushes, so we're just gonna pretend. I'm gonna start with this shade right here in the palette, and I'm going to pick that up on my fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start putting that all over my crease. Wow, that's pigmented and stunning. Stamping that shade right into my eyelid crease, just like on the outer edge of it, and then that's what it's looking like, and I'm obsessed already. This is so pretty. I'm taking the shade right next to it, and I'm just smudging this along my lash line. And Bessie, when's the last time you cut your crease? We're cutting a crease today. So we're gonna take a little bit of our concealer on a really small detail brush. This is a BK Beauty 204. I'm just gonna start cutting my crease. And now I'm taking this shade, which is almost like a little bit of a lavender pink, and I'm going to set where we just cut our crease. Back in with that very first eyeshadow brush and a little bit more of this shade right here, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. Next, we're gonna take this shade right here, this dark matte brown, on a little angled brush, and we're going to line the eyelid. And did you think that we were gonna use this palette and not play with these shimmers? I mean, look at these shades. These are stunning. I think I'm gonna go in with this one. I actually don't know. Both of them are so stunning. We're just going to, oh my goodness. That is gorgeous. If you needed a sign to buy this eyeshadow palette, let this be your sign. Okay, so I don't know what happened to the rest of the footage of me finishing this makeup look. We're gonna pretend that my face isn't done, and I'm gonna tell you all the things that I did to finish this look, because somehow all the footage is gone. I used the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. Of course, the waterproof version. This is my favorite mascara of all time. And the little lashes that I have on are the press-on lashes from Ardell. You just pop them underneath your natural lashes. They already have glue on them. You don't even need to have glue or anything. I then smudged out my bottom lash line using the shade we used in our crease and added a little bottom mascara. And now it's time to get back to the rest of the face. We're gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Powder Bronzer in the shade Medium. I'm using a Morphe M163. And I'm just tapping this right over the top of where we did our cream bronzer earlier, just to set everything into place. This is what's gonna make it last a long time. When you're doing this layering technique, you're essentially just setting all of your cream products into place with a powder product. And as the day goes on and your makeup starts to wear down, you have 2 layers of bronzer instead of 1. So when your top layer of bronzer starts to fade away, you still have a layer underneath. And for powder blush, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Powder Blush in the shade Confident Pink, a tiny bit. Goes a really long way. You don't need much, and since I've already applied this one time, I'm really going to be light-handed applying it the second time. This is a Morphe M203. Tapping this right over the top of our cream blush from earlier. Now we're going to go in with a little bit of the Miracle Flawless setting spray from MCO Beauty. While that's starting to dry down, I'm going to go in with the Milani Baked Highlighter in the shade Champagne. This is a Morphe M201. Apply this to the high points of the face. Now it's time for a lip combo. I'm using Moira in the shade Warm Toast. I also love the Maybelline lifter liner in the shade On It. Lipstick, I've been loving these from L'Oreal. This is the Glow Paradise in the shade 180, and it is the perfect nude. You can top this with a little gloss, but I'm actually gonna put a little bit of powder over my lips just because I've been loving a powdered lip combo. Okay, perfect. And now I'm gonna top this all off with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist to set everything into place a second time. And that is the full look. All done. I can't believe I had to do this a second time. I'm really annoyed that TikTok lost my footage, but I am obsessed with the makeup look and it was worth filming it a second time. Okay, bestie, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I will see you again soon. Bye.